Despite Australia's largest manhunt, not a single trace of him has been found. Freeman could evade capture indefinitely. The New South Wales border is only 1.5 days' walk, which Freeman could easily have managed in the cover of darkness. It's been almost a month since fugitive Dezi Freeman disappeared into the Victorian bush, but despite Australia's largest manhunt, not a single trace of him has been found. This weekend, police raided a property in Myrtleford and a hooded man was led away in handcuffs, but police have since confirmed it was not Freeman. Stanimirovich actually took to social media to talk about his heartbreak and fear that there was a killer on the loose locally. It's not known why the police raided Mirovich's house on Friday. However, since there has been a $1 million reward, they have confirmed they have had over 1,000 tips in relation to Freeman's potential whereabouts. And neighbours of Mirovic do say that he is a gun lover. There seems to be no online connection between Freeman and Stanimirovich, who goes under the online name of 666 Lucifer. It's well documented that Freeman is a God-fearing man, and friends tell the Daily Mail there is no way he would be associated with anyone other than somebody that shares his Christian beliefs. Photos show him as a bush wild man, wrangling snakes, climbing cliffs barefoot, caked in mud and living out of caves. Friends say he never took food, tents or supplies, just disappeared into the wilderness with nothing but his survival skills. He styled himself as a shaman-like figure, posting on Instagram about living wild and free, obsessed with martial arts, earning a black belt in Zen Do Kai. On August the 26th, officers surrounded the bus that Freeman shares with his wife and 2 children. They were there to serve a warrant on historic sexual assault charges against a minor. Freeman refused to open the door as officers took it in turns using a crowbar to gain entry. The standoff erupted into violence. 2 officers, Detective Senior Constable Neil Thompson and Senior Constable Vadim Dewart-Hotat, were killed instantly. A 3rd officer was seriously injured. Freeman fled into the alpine bushland with stolen police weapons and hasn't been seen since. While the raid was tied to historic sexual assault charges, Freeman had previously confided in friends about this. He said that they were trumped-up charges blown out of proportion, but he believed that the police were using this incident to target him. He believes he's been targeted for many years by the police. But our sources suggest that Freeman, a man who claims that he knows the law better than anyone else, was actually concerned about the handmade shotgun that he had hidden within the bus. If found, he would undoubtedly serve a large stretch in jail. The real reason he did not want to open the bus that day. Friends believe he may be sheltering in caves he used as a younger man around the Mount Buffalo and Mudgegonga areas he knows intimately. Some suspect Freeman stashed supply caches around the bush ahead of time, allowing him to survive undetected. Police have hinted someone may be harbouring him, despite warnings that aiding a fugitive is a crime. Others wonder if Freeman has already died in the bush, with police simply yet to find his body, though criminologists argue his survival skills suggest otherwise. A more extreme theory is that he slipped through the rugged tracks out of state. The New South Wales border is only 1.5 days' walk, which Freeman could easily have managed in the cover of darkness. With every day that passes, Freeman's bushcraft legend grows, but so does the pressure on the Victorian police. Daily Mail spoke to a former detective, Luke Taylor, who said the search could easily turn into a game of tag unless the search tactics change soon. Taylor says the joint police and military hunt is hampered by officers' inexperience in the wilderness, where Freeman is supposedly an expert. He says they have rightly engaged specialist military who are trained in these environments, but that we have to ask ourselves, is there training in manhunting and tracking or reconnaissance and combat in this environment? The search has already cost millions of dollars with the involvement of hundreds of personnel, but according to Taylor, Unless even more manpower is thrown at it, Freeman could evade capture indefinitely. As search efforts show no sign in slowing down, a question remains: is Dezi hiding in plain sight, or has he disappeared for good?